Welcome to Raw Talk. As always, I'm going to have a link down below in the description box to credit WWE for piecing this together. So we started off the show with Drew McIntyre and Seth effing Rollins. And it was really nice because Drew had some nice things to say. Said that he wanted Seth at 100%. They are going to face off for the championship at Crown Jewel. What was really, man, this was really funny, was Damian Priest comes in, starts bonking Seth in the noggin, and after that he calls out Dirty Dom Dom with the briefcase, and as you can see, Drew's like, nope, I don't think so. And it was just really funny because normally he doesn't get involved, but this time it looks like he did get involved, and he felt it was good to do. So that was really great. Ivar defeats Kofi Kingston in a Viking rules match. Again, this was just great to see. Sounds rude. I'm growing to like the Viking Raiders more. However, I got to admit, Ivar's probably my favorite out of the two. I forget his partner's name. I think it's Eric. Could be wrong. But yeah, this was just great. It was entertaining. And I really like those shoes, those Nikes. It's funny, talking about the shoes, the Nikes, because those are real shoes. I want to talk about something really quick. I'm not a mark, but I just want to admit something. What is really, really funny is growing up, I always knew that wrestling was staged, except for when I was like 4 or 5 years old, obviously. But then I wondered, with all the kicks, the slaps, those things aren't fake. They're scripted, sure. But you hear those slaps, you hear those thumps. But I used to think that everybody sort of kind of not really wore special boots that still made it so that if you took a full hit, kind of like in boxing, why you wear the gloves, you're still going to hear the thumps, you're still going to get knocked out, but it's not like a bare knuckle sandwich. I thought in that same light they had something special for shoes, but clearly they don't, and I've known this for a long time. This is just a reminder that literally you could do all those sweet chin musics and all that, super kicks, whatever, and be wearing regular running shoes. And it makes me wonder if it's a little bit harder to execute without injuring your opponent compared to wearing some more normal wrestling attire. Just thought I would bring that up really, really quick. But yeah, this was really nice. There was flags, there was shields, and all that sort of stuff. And then Xavier Woods came out along. Oh, right, because Xavier Woods came out because Valhalla got involved. And, of course, Xavier Woods couldn't put his finger on her. So he just kind of ducked out of the way and she went flying. This was really neat. Let me consult my cheat sheet to make sure that I am not forgetting anything here. Very, very important. Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley interfered in Raquel Rodriguez's match versus Nia Jax. That's right. So, I didn't really like the match, but I think it's because I have some issues with Nia Jax from before. All the botches, all the injuries, being an unsafe worker. Now, naturally, she's back. Maybe she got cleared. She's a better competitor. I didn't really see anything really good or bad. It was just like, whatever. But Shayna Baszler, I really like, and I think she could be a real threat to Rhea Ripley, like where it would be believable if she could potentially in the future somehow be a champion. I believe same thing with Raquel as well. So that whole segment was pretty cool. Then we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn requested a match for the Tag Team Undisputed Championships. And of course, KO was like, yeah, we know you're just going to say no, blah, blah, blah. But no, they accepted, and we ended up having the match. And the interaction was just really nice because Sami was like, look, I'm torn. I really, really, really want to say that I'm happy for you guys because I am. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like those should be ours. And that's totally understandable in competitive sports. And then KO all like, you know what, I'm not happy. It's just, I like the dynamic where it's not just like, yay, everything's just hunky-dory, and you have a couple of people on the same team but not quite on the same page. So that, again, that dynamic was really, really nice. And Shinsuke Nakamura, the look on his face. Oh, man. Give this video a thumbs down, and that's what you're going to get in the middle of the night. Come on! And then you're just going to get Kinshasa right in the noggin. I want to talk about this because I don't think it really shows it off to the side, although it might, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to assume for the most part that you have watched the show and you're somehow crazy enough to just want to see what I thought of the whole escapade. So, this part I've already talked about. Don't need to get into it. Oh yeah, because like I said, Damian Priest was going to cash in, if that wasn't obvious, and then that got withheld. So backstage, there was the Judgment Day with JD McNugget, and for the first time, I think, ever, we actually had Finn Balor that was like, look, you've done enough this week. You cost us the titles. Just scram for now. And it leaves me thinking, if that's you and you're JD, why are you trying so hard now that everybody's just shitting on you constantly to try to get in the good graces of the team of somebody that they clearly don't want to begin with? They had open arms for Jey Uso and other people. JD McNugget actually wants in, and nobody's giving him a pass. So, I don't know. That whole angle, we'll have to see how it develops. I want something more to come of it. Michael Cole interviewed Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring. And this was funny because... And it happens a lot with Roman Reigns, where Roman Reigns comes out. And you remember the Shield music? Darno, 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 darno. Okay? That was terrible. But the point is, very often, they'll play his new music and somehow just mixed in like a DJ, they blend in that old Roman Reigns music, and it's not once or twice or three or four. It's actually happened several times over the years, and it's kind of like really bizarre. Like, how does that just happen? When it comes to Sami Zayn, see, Sami Zayn came out with KO, but it was really funny because I think I made a mistake. Sorry, not Seth Rollins. Oh my God. It's okay. I'm very unprofessional. Michael Cole had some questions for Jey Uso because he's now 2-time undisputed tag team champion, but like an 8 or 9-time tag champion. And that's where Sami Zayn and KO came out. And when that did happen, they played Sami Zayn's old music when he was like, you know, heel, when he was like the, whatever that conspiracy theorist, military, I'm looking for the words on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember it. That persona that he had before he joined the Bloodline and while he joined the Bloodline. And then he's like, oh, I haven't heard that in a long minute or whatever. It's just, again, those little glitches. It's just kind of funny. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. But anyway, Shinsuke Nakamura blindsided Ricochet. But Big Bronson Reed defeated Chad Gable and Ricochet in a triple threat match to earn an Intercontinental title match against Gunther. Again, this was a great match, and I'm really excited to see how Gunther handles Bronson Reed, because I feel like that is a high caliber match that's going to play out really, really, really well. Drew McIntyre defeated JD McNugget again to try to get in the good graces of the Judgment Day, and it didn't go well. And it really wouldn't have been fully believable if you would have won. They're just a size different. But again, it's not always just about size, so... Right? I've talked about this before. There are going to be instances where size does matter. And where size does matter is when... Well, depends what she thinks. Is when you have two competitors that are two totally different weight classes, like JD and Drew, for example. And let's say in real life, like you're a real boxer or a real UFC fighter, you're both athletic fighters. That's why they do the weight class segregation, because it's been proven that if you put a Brock Lesnar against a guy like, you know, Brock Lesnar was in UFC, you put him against a guy like Conor McGregor, usually that's not going to end up well. Even though Conor McGregor is an amazing fighter, that size it does give an advantage. But if you're Conor McGregor, you're going up against a Drew McIntyre who, let's say, potentially can't fight at all. Well, that's where the size doesn't matter, right? Anyhow, they're both WWE. They're both fighters, right? So it's like they're both elitist. But you could still have it where the smaller person wins. So to me, that still would have been believable in a way, because I like the fantasy thing of in this world where the size just does not matter at all. If you get put in a cross-face crippling, whatever it's called, submission move, whether you're tiny or not, really doesn't matter. Look at somebody like Cesaro, who was incredibly, incredibly strong, just not naturally strong. Unnaturally strong for someone his size. Same thing with Chad Gable. I mean, I'm kind of going on there. But yeah, I made a mistake. I shouldn't say it wouldn't have been believable. It's more because it's JD McNugget more so than his size kind of thing, right? Because look at Rey Mysterio. Not a big dude, and that's why they call him the biggest little man ever, right? So it's how you're booked that'll make a difference as to whether or not you're believable in this scripted world more than anything, more than your size. But still, nonetheless, a little bit funny. So yeah, so that was interesting to see Sami Zayn coming out to his old music. And I've been liking the whole Michael Cole thing where he comes in the middle of the ring, starts asking those hard questions like, Cody, even you keep losing. Is this it now for the chapter for finishing the story? And he never really answered it, actually. He said that he was happy to be tag champions, but he never really got to say, no, this is fine. Never mind chasing the heavyweight championship. I wonder why. If maybe because someday we're going to see it. I don't know. But I'm totally happy to see Jay and, man, I am just so tired. Cody Rhodes, Jesus. As a tag team. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this here. So now we've got Becky Lynch that defeated Tegan Nox to retain the NXT Women's Champion. So I have a problem with this. So first off, neither of them are NXT competitors, and the championship title defense happened on Raw, not on NXT, but it was for the NXT title. So that's the part that I've said before. I've already said this speech before, that's where I have a problem with that. Had Tegan Nox been an NXT competitor, I would have been okay with that. Once in a blue moon, bring someone up from NXT onto the big spotlight of Raw or SmackDown, showcase it, have a title defense. Don't start defending the title not on NXT and at the same time not with an actual NXT person. Superstar, contender, whatever, competitor. To me, it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, sure. Putting that aside, yeah, sure, it was a good match. Tegan Nox ripped her ACL, I believe, in her left leg in 2017. Then she did the same thing in 2018, which is wild. So it's been half a decade since she's torn it. And it just shows you it doesn't matter what kind of injury you have, you can come back from it just as strong. So yeah, so the Becky and Tegan, again, on Raw for NXT, yet no NXT competitor. That was just really, really freaking weird. And then backstage with Drew, Drew, and Sammy. That was just weird because what is Drew's problem again with Jay? Oh, I'll see your true colors. It's like, no, you're not. What happened again? I don't know. So that little part was weird, and then Sam was like, hey, we good? Oh, the Ludwig Kaiser vignette. Oh, man, that was hilarious. That was like really, really good. I really like Ludwig Kaiser, man. He's something. He's actually probably my favorite of the whole Imperium group. Giovanni Vinci is the one I like the least, not because I think he's not good, because we don't get to know him at all. He never talks. It's hard to like him. We can't like warm up to him as easy, I find, as someone like Ludwig Kaiserbun. Remember, Kaiserbun? It's supposed to be funny because there's a such thing as a Kaiser. Anyways, if I have to explain it, it's not funny. And then, of course, the main event was great. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. They did defeat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to retain the tag team gold. And what was really, really nice was at the end when Sami comes in, he's like, Jesus, damn it. But he shakes their hands, and then KO goes, all right, that's it, fine. Shook their hands, raised Jay's arm. Just a little touch like that. Those little things that happen backstage, those little things after the show or at the end of a match that you see like that. For me, sometimes that's the highlight of the whole night. Those little moments that you see is really nice. Again, that was the Judgment Day, kind of like borderline threatening JD. And yeah, I've never heard of Zia Lee before. I'm assuming she's NXT. She wants to face the NXT Women's. See, this would make more sense because she's on NXT, I would assume, because I've never seen her before. So yeah, and then backstage, Imperium attacks Johnny Gargano and tomato paste. So that was pretty cool. Really like Tegan's hair, the whole rainbow hairdo thing. It's pretty cool. I don't think I forgot anything. I feel like I forgot something. I did mention Chad Gable, right? During his match. I think I did that. I'm going to have to come up with some better notes here. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. Again, Chad Gable, insane. I forgot to mention something. When he gave a suplex to Bronson. Not too surprised, because Chad Gable is like pound for pound. He's insanely strong. He's like an ant. I don't mean that figuratively. Or I mean it figuratively, literally. Because, anyways, again, if I have to explain it. Exactly. So I think that's it for this video. Just wanted to get into that. I'm going to come up with some gameplay soon. Things have been hectic. I just finished Assassin's Creed Mirage. There's the new Forza Motorsport that just dropped today. In a couple of days, we've got Lords of the Fallen. In a couple of days or a week after that, we got the new Spider-Man. Just in case you're wondering where I am sometimes, this or that is where I am. But I'm not forgetting about this. I'm worth $20 a month on here. I just racked up $101. That means I am going to get paid a little extra on top of my main channel by $100. It took, 6 months to make $100. It's usually not a good salary rate, but whatever. It is what it is. Not everybody can be BDE or Assemble or Macho T or Small Afro. I shouldn't give you the names of all these people, because then you'll go and check them out, or Dank Ops, Chris Danger, because then you won't come back here. As always, if you like the video, I've already said, thumbs up. Does greatly help support the channel. Thumbs down, you get to pick. Between that, at the end of your bed, when you wake up in the middle of the night, or that right there. It's up to you. And if you want to subscribe, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.